Hello, I'm Wendy Gillette. Welcome to this edition of Breakthroughs. We've brought you many miraculous stories on our past shows, but never one quite like this. When Darryl Goode told us his incredible story of persistence and recovery, he moved everyone to tears. Darryl Goode feared he would never take these steps. He contracted polio as a baby and grew up never being able to walk as others can.
This leg was 3 inches shorter. It was turned almost completely backwards. I actually walked almost bent over because I had to compensate by pushing this leg down and rolling down like this.
Darryl endured 5 operations and underwent intensive physical therapy. But even after all that, he was unable to walk in good form until he came to Good Shepherd.
The first week, they started teaching me how to walk, which foot went first, because I didn't know any of that. I've never walked before. So within a week, I was using a quad cane, just a quad cane. But they told me to continue to use both crutches because it made me level until I could learn how to properly walk.
Every day, he became stronger. Within weeks, he achieved a goal that once seemed out of reach.
I just took my first steps at 44. So I took my baby steps. And now I'm ready to run, but one thing at a time.
This past Thanksgiving, Darryl and his wife were thankful for so much. For the first time, he was able to walk without assistance in front of his mother. The emotional moment was captured on home video.
Oh my God.
Dreams like Darryl's are achieved every day in the outpatient Neurorehabilitation Center at Good Shepherd.
Getting tired yet, Joe?
Patients who've had strokes, spinal cord or traumatic brain injuries, multiple sclerosis, or other neurologic conditions rebuild their bodies and spirits here.
It's amazing to see how patients progress, and it's always exciting to have a patient like Darryl who's very motivated and excited to make gains.
The center features state-of-the-art technology, including what's called the Rio, a piece of sophisticated exercise equipment which increases motor control of the arm. There are only 10 such units in the country. There's also what's called the Balance Master, a device which gives feedback and helps retrain balance. All of this technology allows therapists to develop one-on-one programs individualized for patients just like Darryl.
When I come in here, every day I come in here, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And the days I don't come, I miss it. This place really changed my life. It changed my life.
Joining me now to talk more about neurorehabilitation is Sue Golden, Regional Outpatient Manager. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
So we saw you working with Darryl. That must be amazing to see his progress.
Oh, it is. That makes it all worth it to see someone going from not being able to move to being able to walk, engage in community activities, become a part of the family again. It's wonderful.
And you must see so many stories just like Darryl's.
Oh.
You live them.
Every day. Every day. That's what keeps us going.
Tell me about some of the more special events or situations that you've seen.
Oh, just recently, the other day, we had a 21-year-old paraplegic. We stood him up for the first time with long leg braces, and his mom wasn't there, but he was just about in tears. He's telling us to get his telephone and take pictures, and he's calling all of his friends. It was, he said, I haven't stood in 8 months. This is incredible. And this was a gentleman that we had to actually talk into it. He kept saying, oh, no, this isn't worth it. And I said, you're a perfect candidate. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
What are the types of emotions you see? Obviously, joy.
Oh, from tears to, Darryl is running around kissing everybody, and when he comes to therapy, he yells, hi, honey, I'm home, when he comes through.
Well, that is certainly rewarding.
Yeah, it is.
What are some of the most common conditions that you treat and see there?
We see people who've had a stroke, spinal cord injury, head injury patients, whether it be traumatic or through a bleed in their brain. We also see amputees. as well as people who have a primary neurologic problem and then develop orthopedic problems because we have an expertise in gait and balance.
So we showed some of the technology that's very important there, the Rio and the Balance Master. Why are they so remarkable?
For a couple reasons. One, because certainly there is new research out there that shows us if you can do mass patterning of activities, you can actually regenerate in the brain. And I mean, gosh, you know, if we can get people to walk better, move an arm better, quicker, it's worth it. And that's one component for the patient. The other component is so many times in therapy we really haven't been able to quantify and have objective measures that show progress. And as you know, as the medical field is changing and insurance regulations are training, they always want to know, you know, tell me exactly how they're getting better, show me. And now for the first time, it's incredible. We have actual numbers that we can put to functional activities that we never had before.
Is there other state-of-the-art technology that we haven't shown yet? I'm sure there is.
Well, the Balance Master.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Okay. And actually next week, my staff will be trained in, it's called the BioNest for the lower extremity, which is electrical stimulation to use with patients to walk so that maybe in the future people won't have to use braces to walk. Because anytime you put anything on anybody, you're never going to get a normal walking pattern. And if you don't have that, it makes people have to expend an awful lot more energy just to move.
Mm-hmm. So the field is really changing. You're seeing developments all the time?
All the time. And a lot of research, not only in the States, but abroad. And we've been very fortunate that now companies are actually coming to us to be sites to trial new equipment. So that's really exciting.
We talked a little bit about the reactions of patients when some big miraculous event happens. What about their families? What do you see from them?
Oh, you see the gamut, you know. We try to involve families as much as possible, and we've seen the tears, we've seen the frustration, and as you're treating patients, you're actually treating the family along the way. They go through the exact same emotions as the patients go through. So you have to bring them along, whether they attend therapy or you make a phone call or you stop out in the waiting room and say, hey, today they actually walked 15 feet without me having to hold on to them. Those are huge steps, because it's such a long process.
It certainly is. Every time I've talked to you, you talk about your therapists and how proud you are of them. How big a part of the team are they?
Well, every person, I mean, from the aides to the secretaries are absolutely a part of the team. We couldn't make it work. And because these people have so many different types of problems, it really takes a coordinated effort to reach our end goal together. And so it's wonderful that for the first time for us in the new health and technology, we have everybody there.
All right, thanks so much for joining us today, Sue.